Hi, welcome to my new video. Today I will present you my top 5 underrated decks for summer 2025, so a few weeks before Euros and American Nationals. Yeah, simply decks that are being underplayed or that are underrated in my opinion. It doesn't mean that they will win the next major, but I think they should be played more or taken more serious. So yeah, let's start with the first deck. My opinion, Quickdraw is a bit underrated because people nowadays say it's complete trash and you can't play it, and to a certain degree I would agree with when you will look at old builds with a lot of Raikos and hamsters, but I recently started to play this build. I played it at 2 locals and I have played against the deck. It's a newer build by Swifty, so shout out to him. It's way more aggressive, and as you can see, it doesn't play Raikos or hamsters. It goes for more of a combo approach. It's the style is more to build a board turn 1 and to play more face up and not rely on flips. And as you can see, it only plays like 1 Everest, so the goal is not to resolve all your Raikos endlessly and then build your card advantages. It also grinds good, but it's more aggressive. So yeah, I felt with the older quick draw lists, you would resolve your Raikos and then Everest and draw all the Raikos again and hamsters, and it was very slow. So in that sense, I agree with people that the older deck lists were almost unplayable in modern Edison, but also this deck is a little bit more immune to deck heavy, and I played this deck and I won one local and got second at another one, and I think this deck is really strong into value. It outgrinds value, and Titanial is a huge problem for value. And for example, you have Debris and Debris plus Foolish or Future Vision or even Quick Draw plus this turn 1 to make a starters turn 1 and then sit behind the starters plus back row is very hard to out for value. For example, even a turn 1 starters plus bottomless against Blackwing. So yeah, I think this deck is underplayed, or a lot of people won't take this serious, and I think this could top a major event. So yeah. We also have. I also played. This. I played this at the last Fraser Smith locals. And I think this deck is also really strong. So this was built by, I saw this in one of Fraser's videos with Eric Chen, and he showed this deck. So he built this to play at nationals. Yeah, and I played it at 1 locals and I went 5-0, and I think this deck is also really strong because it has the upsides of the Machina engine, but it's not like Machina Control where you sit behind the hamsters and are a little bit passive and quite weak to frogs. This is also more aggressive, and Titanial and Debris and stuff like that is really good against Vayu and frogs. Yeah, and the Machina engine is quite good against Blackwing, so yeah, it trades a little bit of the Blackwing matchup probably for the frog matchup. So yeah, I think this deck is also really underrated. So yeah, so the first underrated deck are like Quickdraw variants, like the new ones without Raiko. So my second deck is Machina Hero. I played this also 2 weeks ago, I think, at I'm Not Locals, and I also won. And this is like really new, so most people probably don't even know what this is. This is like a Machina Hero deck. Like, you play all the search +1 cards, and you you also don't rely on hamsters and Raikus. Also more of an aggressive approach. Yeah, you play the crystals here to have your water count, and also to dig for your power plays like Miracle, Gear Frames, and this is like a anti-Blackwing, anti-DDV deck, because it can't really get DDV'd, and the trap stuns in the main deck, and you can do big pushes with Gear Frame and Fortress, and then Miracle. Also, you can Miracle a lot for Gaia. And then if you have the trap stun as backup, you could, it's really strong. The Compulse, of course, with Gear Frame. This is like also like an aggro deck, like not so much of control or grindy deck. It's more like face up and attack. So those are like, as you can see, those are like newer builds, the Quickdraw and this also. So it also can surprise people, because they don't know the build. When they see crystals here, they're like, what the fuck, what am I playing against? So has also a surprise factor. So if people would play this, I could see this doing very well. The third deck is more like an older deck that, in my opinion, gets too much hate. I think Hero Beat, a lot of people talk way too badly about this, because it still has good results here in Europe. It got second at the Ultimate Time Wizard, which I won, and has a lot of top finishes, and it still has very powerful plays with Miracle, and Stratos is good, of course. You have Too Honest. Of course, the deck is not that good against frogs, and it has a little bit of problems to play into to hamster and stuff. But if you draw well, this deck is still, in my opinion, really, really strong, and it's really strong against Blackwing, and also Gladiator is really strong against Gladiator Beast. It's almost a free matchup, and a lot of people started playing Gladiator Beast, so it's like a sleeper pick for me. So in my opinion, this deck gets way too much hate, and maybe because it's a very simple deck, maybe a lot of people don't like the playstyle, because you have not that many options. It's just summon and attack, but I think it's really underrated at the moment. So then we have another hero deck. This, I think, Diva Hero is also way underplayed, and people say it's like tier 2 or almost unplayable and stuff like that, and I don't agree with that, because you have, it's a little bit fragile, and you can break on some cards like Melly and Gilman, of course, but those are not that many bricks actually, and I think the deck is still extremely explosive, and it plays Miracle, Dark Armed, all the best cards return. And if this deck draws well, it's extremely hard to beat. So I think it gets way too much hate, and people overestimate like the brick potential. They think this is extremely bricky and stuff like that, and I'm not a Diva Hero player myself, but I don't agree with that, and I think it's simply not played at all, so this is why it is not getting the results at the moment, but it even has good results. It has an Ultimate Time Wizard win and also RBET win, so Yeah. Then this was the fourth deck. And the last deck is actually Dragon Turbo. I think this deck is also extremely strong, and it is only played by a few people, and we can be glad that it's only played by a few people, because I think this deck, if a lot of people would play it, it would top almost every tournament, because it is so strong. And yeah, in terms of combo decks, it's probably stronger than Gigavice, and only behind like Forks. And yet, if you draw well with this deck, you will destroy everyone. So yeah. Also, a lot of people don't want to play this, especially IRL. So this is probably the reason it has no results. It's like a different type of deck. It doesn't really belong into Edison, so this is probably the reason, and nobody wants to sit there and play solitaire. So yeah, we can be glad, because otherwise it won't, yeah, be quite bad for Edison. But all in all, it's very underrated because nobody plays it. So yeah, which is a good thing. So yeah, those were my 5 decks. Yeah, if you have like decks that you think are underrated, you could also comment under the video to give your opinion. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until the next video. Bye.